Welcome back to another great year here at Burton Schools. Kick off our back school in services. The first thing we're going to focus on is why we must all become digital citizens. What is digital citizenship is our first question. Digital citizenship refers to the responsible use of technology by anyone who uses computers, the internet, and digital devices to engage with society. That comes from applied educational systems with no date. In the current 21st century digital world, this includes most everyone. If you use a internet connected device, you have digital citizenship. We need to work to ensure we exercise good, positive citizenship. Some examples of good citizenship it engages young students, teaches them to connect, have empathy, and create positive and lasting relationships in the digital world. Some bad examples of digital citizenship would include cyberbullying and irresponsible social media usage and lack of safety. How to teach digital citizenship. We need to focus on 7 key concepts as noted by Applied Educational Systems and Go Guardian. We need to focus on empathy, how the internet works, understanding user data, practicing digital literacy, acknowledging digital divides, practicing digital wellness, and securing digital devices. Are you ready? And 5 things to consider from Joseph 2020. Are you ready? This stands for READY. Ready. R, remind students to be mindful of what they are posting. E, encourage students to put down phones when they're with their friends. A, accountability is key. D, demonstrate digital citizenship and be a positive example as a teacher. And Y, yes, allow them to use digital tools and we need to teach them how to use them appropriately. Students are going to use the internet. They are going to use YouTube. They are going to find videos and things that we don't necessarily want them to. The best thing we can do is show them the proper way to use these tools in an effective and positive manner. 5 questions to consider when using the internet and putting things out there. What impression are you giving out? Do I really want this information out there? Am I oversharing? Would I want someone sharing this about me? And my personal favorite, the newspaper test. Would I want this on the front page of my local newspaper? I think many times we as educators think about that with anything we're doing in our classrooms. I know every morning when I pick out what I'm wearing for work, I think if today's the new day the news shows up to school, is this what I want to be wearing? Well, we need to think about that as well. If we're doing this on the internet, is this what we want to be known for? Is this what we want on the front page of the newspaper? Why is digital citizenship important? Go Guardian and Morgan tell us that technology is everywhere. Access and usage are increasing daily. And if we want people and students to use it appropriately, we need to teach them. A digital and citizenship encourages the idea of being a lifelong continually learner and teaches students how to properly act when online. 2 other legal things we need to look at is SEPA and E-rate. SEPA, or the Children's Internet Protection Act, was adopted by Congress in 2000 and requires schools and libraries to protect child users from inappropriate content online. This is done in the form of different filters they're required to have. E-rate monies are monies schools get to help with technology and internet costs, provided they are following SEPA. The amount of assistance a district gets is determined by their percentage of students receiving free or reduced lunches. To get E-rate monies, schools must have filtered internet and be compliant with all pieces of SEPA. That comes to us from 3 different resources: Common Sense Education, the FCC, and Morgan. Burton USD 369 board policy. So these are the ones that are governing you in our house. Burton USD 369 has an acceptable use policy in place to guide use of district technology and internet. The policy extends to include student social media accounts when the accounts result in a disruption of the school's learning environment. This also covers your social media accounts. So if you are posting things that cause a disruption to our daily activity here at school, you could be disciplined for that. Kids have a hard time with this one. A lot of times parents do as well. If they post something on their Facebook or on their MySpace or Twitter or whatever it is they're wanting to use these days, if they post it, even though it's done outside of school hours, if it makes its way back to school and disrupts our learning environment, they can be held responsible. There could be discipline for that. Continuing on, the school district maintains multiple internet content filters. There are some that operate independently through things like YouTube, but we do have different filters that we operate that we can allow different websites to be passed through or not. If you have any further questions, you're going to need to visit with our technology coordinator. Failure to follow the district policies can result in loss of computer and iPad privileges for students. The district provides iPads or Chromebooks to each student in middle and high school. Before students are issued their device, parents and students must attend an information night to cover policies and use. If students are using the devices or the internet inappropriately, the devices will be taken and they'll be forced to work without one. This becomes difficult when everybody else in the class is using a digital textbook and they have to get a textbook out. Don't allow students to misuse the technology though. Keys to remember from this presentation. Digital citizenship is the responsibility of all educators. Rep, respect, educate, and protect yourself and others online. This comes from Ribble. We need to extend anything you wouldn't want out there about yourself or you wouldn't want your own kids to be doing, we can't let our students do. SIPA and E-rate, schools have an obligation to protect our students, and this extends beyond the walls of the building. We must have systems in place to protect them online as well. Without proper protections in place, funding will be lost. In this day and age, with money as tight as it is, we cannot afford to lose any money. Okay, we have to protect our students, but we also have to protect our money so we can stay open. And then our reference pages. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. These are important issues we need to make sure we are following throughout the remainder of the school year.